yo. What's happening? Yes, you are tuned in to another episode of I.O.W. Sports Show. It's episode 344, and you see who's in the building. Jersey boy MJ, TBI Warrior himself. What's happening with you, brody?
What's good, Mark? What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, I can't complain, man. Feeling good, feeling great. And hey, I'm your host, Wildcard Martin, man. Appreciate everybody stopping in, taking the time out. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here with us talking sports. So, hey, man, we gonna try to entertain y'all for at least the next 45 minutes to an hour. You feel me? And then we'll send y'all about y'all business. Y'all get back to, whatever it is y'all feel is important out there in the world. So, hey, we just want to say thank you for tuning in with us.
Appreciate y'all.
For sure. Man, obviously my boy Jersey boy MJ is a big baseball head. If you couldn't tell by the Yankees memorabilia behind them.
That's only a blanket and a pillow, but I got you.
Oh, I know you got more. Oh, we know. But I want to start here, man, because MLB they're doing a lot of things tonight. They're gonna honor the Negro League Baseball history. They're gonna be at Rick Real Field tonight in Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I want to take time to talk about honoring the legacy of the Say Hey kid. Unfortunately, passed away a couple of days ago. Willie Mays, man. It's kind of anything that you would like to say in memory of the good Say Hey kid. Go ahead, MJ.
First things first, I would have loved to see that man play live.
For sure.
Because I've seen nothing but highlights. I've read a lot about the man, and from what I understand, and I don't even have to listen to critics, just what my eyes have seen, that man was unbelievable baseball player. Prior to MLB, when he was with the Negro Leagues, unbelievable player, man. So I salute the man, his long career and things he's done for for your culture. I can't even say like your culture, for America's culture.
Yeah.
But being because he played when things were still segregated and things like that. Unfortunately, that's the way things were. Me and you weren't around for that, thank God. But his legacy in baseball is going to live on. To this day, the man was 93 years old, and he was still talked about year in, year out when it came to baseball, when it came to what he did on the field, off the field. And I'm sad that the man passed, but I'm glad that they're actually going to do something for him.
Yeah.
Now they're doing, what is it, Riddle? I forgot the name of the field. Riddle something field that they're having a game in tonight. I'm going to tune in because I want to see. I want to see what they do. I want to see what the field is like, because I've seen what the field looks like, but I want to actually see them actually play. It's come a long way since that man stepped on the field as a young kid, and he was a pioneer for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Between like him, then he had Jackie, so you had certain guys, but what he has done, he's done more, than Jackie Robinson ever did. I'm not putting Jackie down at all. I'm just saying, as a player overall, what Willie Mays did.
No, trust me, I get exactly what you're saying, because I've never been shy about it. I will always respect Jackie Robinson for what he's done, for breaking the color barrier and being the face of pretty much of inclusion in baseball. I will always respect that man for that, and his family and his legacy for that. But I 100% totally know what you're talking about. Willie Mays was just he was pretty much he was the standard.
he was that guy.
He was that guy.
As they say nowadays, he was that guy. No, he was.
No, he was him. I mean, they play the over the shoulder catch every year. This man's over the shoulder catch happened way before me and MJ's time, way before it, and it still gets played as the highlight, as one of the most memorable highlights that's ever happened in baseball history.
It was Game 2 of the World Series when he did that.
I mean, the guy is like you said, he was what they always say, a 5-tool player. What could he not do on the baseball field? Hit, catch, run,
catch.
I mean, name it.
Hold on.
Yeah, name it. Name any attribute or skill that it takes to play baseball, and he did it. I bet you if they asked him to go ahead and pitch 3 innings, he probably could have done that shit too.
It would not have surprised me, not at all, man.
No, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the guy was a baseball player, and
I'm sure he probably did pitch when he was younger.
I'm pretty sure he did.
And as he got older, just playing the outfield and doing what he did best. That's what it turned out to be. But I'm pretty sure he probably did pitch when he was young.
I just I'm like you, man. I wish I would have been able to see him play live, just so you can have that memory locked in your brain that you saw one of the greatest, possibly the greatest baseball player ever to play baseball. You being a good baseball fan, and I'm being I'm not as deep into baseball as you are, but I've always loved baseball. It was the first sport I played, and
yeah, me too.
It's
actually not, wrestling was my first, and then baseball.
But it's like, it was one of those things where if I could have just seen him play just one game, I'd have. Man, nah, I wasn't next door neighbor to him, man. He grew up in Alabama. I ain't stepping foot in Alabama. I'm good.
Hey, yo, AP. Mark was across the street from him. He wasn't next door neighbor. He was across the street neighbor.
Nah, that's Mel, man. Mel, him and Mel probably hung out in the same circles and probably drinks together. Only Mel's old enough to probably have seen Willie Mays out of all of us. So, but no, man. This is what sucks about getting older, MJ, is that the legends, the history makers, the trailblazers, the people that make their mark in our sports that we love so much, we start losing them, and that's what sucks about getting older, man. Come on, Willie Mays. We lost Bill Walton a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it's the unfortunate part of life, but it's the only guaranteed in life is death and taxes. It's just that I just say let's give these people their recognition and their due and respect while we still got them. I know Willie Mays has gotten all the respect in the world from the baseball world. That's fine, and they were going to honor him tonight before the passing, because they was asking if he was going to be able to join the festivities tonight. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay at home. I'm just physically unable to go." Like you said, he was like in his early 90s. So
he passed away at age 93. Yep.
Yeah. So he said that he was just going to chill at home and watch the festivities, but unfortunately, soon as that came out, a day later, we got the sad news of his passing. So I'm just
think about this, Lamar.
Yeah.
He was born in 1931.
1931.
1931 is when he was born. My Lord. Whew.
He almost came up on a century, man. Almost came up on a century. I know a lot of people say they don't want to get old and do that and do this and can't live the life that they used to. But here's my thing, man. To be fortunate to be of that age and the things that you have seen and the things that you have experienced, and just think about the knowledge. Just think about the knowledge of baseball that he had before he passed away. Just think about if you could just sit there. You know what?
Just to have a conversation with him.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying. Like as much as I would have loved to see him play, I would have paid a blank check just to sit there and just listen to him talk for 8 hours and see just what kind of stories, and just think about the stories that didn't get it put out to the media that he probably has locked in his memory that probably would have just blew your damn mind of the stories and the history and the players that he rubbed elbows with, or opponents that he played against, or just some of the real true behind the scenes information that probably nobody even knows, man. That
you know damn well there's a lot he kept in that he didn't put out for media and for everybody to know.
Oh,
especially with where he came up from, what he had to go through to get to where he was.
Yeah,
you know damn well he went through some shit and just didn't put that public.
Yeah, because as you say that, grew up in the 1930s in Alabama, so he's from Alabama. So, we're not oblivious to the history of America, what it was in the 30s when it came to race. So just hearing those stories would have been great to hear. Hearing the stories of him coming up through the Negro Leagues, then getting to the pros, I would have loved every second of just hearing all of those stories, man. It's just, like I said, that's probably just a unfortunate part of living, man. We're losing the greats. Hank Aaron, he passed away in 2021. We're losing our trailblazers, our history makers. It's just, that's the unfortunate part. But like I said, let's get to showing the love and honoring while we got them before they pass, and try to soak up as much of that history before we lose it. Because now all that history with him, although his legacy will continue, like you said, what about all the stuff we didn't know about Willie Mays that didn't get out? Like all that's gone now.
Baseball or not, I would
just, I'm with
hear what he had to say.
Yeah. So I want everybody to know that I love talking about this subject. Obviously there's a color difference between me and my brother MJ, but that's my brother. Fact of the matter is, this is American history. This is baseball history. This is something that we all should be able to get the knowledge about and appreciate it and show love towards, and all being awe of a player like Willie Mays.
You could argue with a lot of people about who's the greatest player of all time.
His name's up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that me and you never saw play. We only heard about and seen highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you never know, but there's nobody that's going to leave him off the list.
Yeah,
he is up there. I'm not saying like in the middle of the pack.
He's up there. No, he's up there. And that's not us. Obviously, like MJ said, we didn't get a chance to see him. We've seen highlights. We've seen this. We've seen interviews. But it's when the players, it's when the baseball historians, is when the people who were old enough to see Willie Mays play, and they'll tell you, or you can hear some of the players that were a little bit older than us that we grew up watching. They grew up watching, what they dad and grandfather watched, and they watched Willie Mays. So it's not just us saying things just because of his passion. This is just because we are baseball guys. We hear Willie Mays' name get put up there with the greatest of the greatest. That's not us just doing that. This is baseball people saying that. This is baseball historians and people that have the knowledge of this game that will put his name up there, and you can make an argument whether he's 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. You damn right, MJ. His name's right there at the top 5.
Yeah, exactly. There's nobody that has him. We got a top 10. We're gonna put him at number 11. You know what I mean? Nah, like he's top 5 across the board.
Top 5 across the board. Yeah.
Yes, anybody that actually knows the sport. Yeah, he is. I would have loved to, like I said, I would have loved to see him play or just sit down and talk to him like I'm doing to you.
Yeah, man.
Would have been phenomenal. Just to pick his brain about baseball in general. but then hear what he actually has to say about life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have loved to hear that.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And speaking of which, as a Major League Baseball, they're going to honor uh, Willie Mays tonight for sure. They are also doing a game out in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, and they're going to be at
Rickwood Field.
Rickwood Field. And for those who don't know about Rickwood Field, is probably the oldest stadium that is still being used for professional baseball.
Right, it is.
Yeah, right now the Birmingham Barons, who are a AAA affiliate, use it as their field, but it was the original field for the Birmingham Black Barons in the Negro League Baseball League, and it's probably one of only 2 stadiums that are still actually up and intact that was used for the Negro League Baseball League. But this, I didn't know it was older than Wrigley. I didn't know it was older than Fenway. It's older than both of those places. And for baseball people like me and MJ, Fenway, even though he's a Yankees fan, is very historic.
Dragged out of there years ago.
Fenway is very historic. I've been to Fenway. Wrigley is very historic. I haven't been to Wrigley yet. I've been outside of it. I haven't been inside of it.
Places I want to get to.
Yeah, I got to get to Wrigley. But it's Rickwood Field is older than both those places. So just imagine the history of that place, of Rickwood Field. I mean, you're talking about legends that have touched this building. You're talking about, I mean, legends on top of legends. Obviously, the great Willie Mays. We're talking about Jackie Robinson's, the Satchel Pages, you can go on and on and on and on. Yeah, Josh Gibson. Yeah, Josh Gibson. I mean, so they're going to be a damn sure honoring not only Willie Mays and the unfortunate passing on his situation, but definitely you're talking about it's such an iconic stadium, man. I mean, you can go on and down the list of people that have stepped foot on that field, man. Yeah, they say it's older than both Wrigley and Fenway. On the playing side, the list includes true pantheon dwellers of the sport: Willie Mays, Satchel Paige, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Luke Gehrig, Hannes Wagner, Cool Papa Bell, Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, Rogers Hornsby, Reggie Jackson, Stan Musial, Ernie Banks, Dizzy Dean, Raleigh Fingers. That's just a portion of the name of people that have stepped foot on that playing surface. That's magnificent, man. Yeah. And this is why I love what the baseball, what Major League Baseball is doing, because not only are they showing, honoring and respecting gratitude for what the Negro players have done in the Negro Leagues. You're talking about Rickwood Field, which has just history of baseball. It didn't matter if they were black or white or Hispanic. Those names I just listed, all historical players that have played this sport and have all played on that surface. So the game starts, I think, was about 7:30 Eastern, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Midwest Central, my time. And obviously the Giants will be there, the team that Willie Mays did play for.
7:15 on Channel 5. It's on Fox 5 tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be historic. I encourage everybody to go and check that out. I think that'll be very spectacular. Like you said, you're looking forward to see what they do for Willie Mays and how they honor the field, the history of the field. I'm excited to see what they do as well. I hope Major League Baseball does something special for both Willie Mays and just a historic background of that field. And just because when you look at those names we just listed right there, how do you not get excited if you are a baseball fan about seeing the history of all that tonight. I mean, I'm geeked up about it. I'm quite geeked up about it, MJ, to be honest.
And I'm really hoping, and I'm sure it's going to happen. Even during the game, they're going to be talking a lot about the history of that place. They're not just going to be concentrating on the Giants and Cardinals and the game at hand. They're going to be filling us all in on what took place there, who was there, what happened. Like, I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
I'm actually really excited. And they were talking last night on ESPN. They're wondering if Major League Baseball is going to do this every year now, play there.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
No, not at all. Hey, if they're going to do Field of Dreams, every year, why not?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Like you said, they do Field of Dreams every year now. They do the international series. They go over to London. They do the Caribbean series where they go to I think it's Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic. They do a series there. They open the season in Tokyo, so they do the Tokyo series in Japan. Why not? Look, I get it that baseball is an international sport. I understand that. So, yeah, you do your international spots here and there. But damn it, it was called America's favorite pastime for a reason.
Yep.
And this is American history. This is not just history for one sector of baseball fans. This is baseball history right here. So,
and I'm pretty sure they're probably going to break down, what people don't know. They're going to break down about the color barrier and things like that. So they're going to. I hope they give that information to everybody so they could really, really get it in their head. Like what? I mean, we can't understand what took place there. But if you understand a little bit of history, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm glad you said that because I'm pretty sure just because it's the oldest stadium and I'm pretty sure at some point in time there was probably segregated sections in that stadium. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's still Alabama. Let's not be oblivious to what we're talking about now. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be oblivious. So, I mean, you
ain't gotta be a rocket scientist to
no.
Like Alabama in the South.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we taught somewhere along the lines what the hell.
Yeah. So, but still, that's still part of history that still needs to get discussed and talked about, and you can't just brush over it and act like it didn't happen. You can't act like that wasn't. If you're gonna talk about history, man, you got to talk about the true, raw, uncut, brutally honest history of the history part.
Can't sweep it underneath the rug.
No, can't. And it makes it more real. It makes it more. It makes it real. Something that you can actually makes it more relatable. Yeah. Because we keep it real over here at I.O.W. So we real recognizes real. We respect real shit. So I think that matters. Every June 19th, MLB shall allow teams that play to rock the Negro League unis. I don't know if they're rocking the Negro League unis or not tonight. I hope they do.
No, I think what he's saying is, on June 19th in the years, they should be allowed to rock the Negro League unis.
Yeah. I understand what Bobby G's saying, but I'm wondering tonight if they're actually going to do that. Because I know here in Kansas City, obviously we got the Monarchs. They rock the Monarchs uniform from time to time. So what's good, Rod?
What's good, Rod? I mean, I really hope they do because shit, you got the City Connect unis now that they use, and that's nowhere like what the actual uniform is that they wear. That's, concoction that they came up for a uniform.
Yeah, hey, that's for them younger kids, man. Them City Connect uniforms, that's for them younger kids.
Some are pretty dope, but others just
some are pretty dope, but I'm like you. Some of them are like, oh.
Yeah. Like really? Like where the hell did that come from?
Like what the hell is that?
But I do hope they wear like some kind of throwback tonight. That would be fucking honorable. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope as shit. So we'll see what happens, but let's
they could wear the Giants uniform that Willie Mays wore
with the NY on there.
Yeah, that year at least wear those unis tonight.
Yeah, that'd be fly. That'd be fly. Man, as we close this segment on history, obviously there was some history made Monday night. Unfortunately, neither one of us are a fan. He said Coach K is about to babysit JJ Redick.
I just got an alert. It said something about Coach K. Coach K's advice to Redick.
Yeah, no. Hold on to that thought, MJ. Read that when we get to that segment. But rivals of the Lakers, some history being made. Celtics get championship number 18. As much as I very despise that situation that happened on Monday, it was inevitable to happen. Sick to my stomach about it. Obviously, I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm not happy that they broke the tie. No, I'm not, bro. I ain't gonna cap, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was disgusted that Dallas couldn't put nothing together to take out Boston. You think I enjoyed those bean pie eating sacks of shit celebrating number 18? Golly.
Yeah. You know how I feel about that city and their sports, so I'm not even gonna go there.
Hey, but I'll give props when props are due. They were the better team, and it was clear cut. It was clear as day.
They were. I mean, they had Dallas outmatched, outbenched, outcoached,
out everything.
You name it. Boston brought the house down, man. They did.
And
fuck them, but yeah,
it's still fuck them. I just
all day.
I could still say that Kyrie didn't step up. I'll say this, AP. So here's two things that really, for me, that come down to why Dallas lost. You didn't have Kyrie playing the typical 25 plus. 8+ assist type of games that he normally has, and he didn't have enough of those. So
like 20, 25, 8 and 5.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need from Kyrie, and it needs to be a plus, as in 25 is the minimum, 8 assists is the minimum, probably about 5 rebounds is the minimum, and you need to have plus signs by each one of them because we need to have more than those. And that didn't help. And it also didn't help that Luka he didn't get exposed. I think guys who watch basketball knew that Luka couldn't play no damn defense. And he's very, been a liability on defense. It was just smart coaching to just be common sense thinking for Joe Mazzulla to say, hey, go after this bum. Where is he at on defense? Find him. When we're on offense, you put the ball near him on the defensive side.
Yep. You attack the weak point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the two biggest things that happened why Dallas didn't win. Kyrie didn't have the astronomical numbers that we know he can have. And it was just basic coaching. Go attack the weak defender. And you knew who it was.
And if you think about it, outside of game 4 when Dallas blew them out by like 104.
I think that was a ruse, bro.
They didn't play as a cohesive group overall. So to blame just one guy, blame Kyrie for this game or blame Luka for that game, overall, they did not play well as a team. Those were some weak points that they had. You want your 2 stars to really bring their A game.
Yeah.
But look at everybody else. Everybody else didn't step up and do the job either. So
no, true point.
As a cohesive group, didn't work.
Yeah.
Boston showed that.
As you say that nobody else stepped up. PJ Washington was one of the players that needed to step up. He had a great Western Conference Finals, showed up relatively more consistently against the Timberwolves, but he was not able to match that same output in the finals. I understand. Totally two different defensive opponents between Minnesota and Boston. Minnesota's a good defending team by analytical numbers. They were the number one efficient defensive team. Minnesota was. But eye test, Boston was the more efficient physical defense by our eye test. And
what sucks is sports are going away from the eye test. They're going to the analytical department for every little goddamn thing.
Well, and MJ, I understand why they do it because, yes, there's patterns, and I understand that. And there's things that you can only put into numbers. But I'm with you. God gave you two eyes, and you got to be able to use them. And we can't say that, oh, man, I got bad eyesight. No, they got surgeries for that shit. You get that shit fixed. They got LASIK, contacts, glasses. You can get your vision. You can get your vision fixed. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, you should be able to, because this is how I've always talked sports, MJ. I've always talked about what I saw.
Yeah.
And then I let the stats line up for what I'm going to say or anything or any take that I give. What did I see first? And then I go to the numbers.
Don't believe what you hear and believe half of what you see.
You got to use them. Hey, if you're not using your eyesight to talk sports, don't talk at all. That's just my opinion.
Like I don't want to hear something you read in a book 14 years ago. I don't want to hear a podcast of some guy that was on the street corner, listening on his phone about something. No, what did you see?
Yeah, you got to watch the game, man. And what I saw was just complete domination in all fashions. Look, I know Dallas won Game 4. I think Boston probably just said, "Man,
wanted to win at home."
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was such a, hey man, throw this shit away. We'll just let them have it. We don't care. Let's win in front of our home crowd. Because as soon as they got to Game 5 on Monday night, they came out the gate swinging, and they did everything they done in the first 3 games in that game and close it out. And I was like, oh yeah, I knew they were just bullshit, and they just wanted to celebrate in Boston.
You can see bullshit a mile away, man. If you're a sports fan, or not even sports fan, just in general life, you can see bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And when you see it, it's like, it's kind of like when you see smoke and you smell smoke, there's a fire.
Fire, yeah, it's fire somewhere. Hey, but you know what, MJ? When I was literally watching that Game 4, I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers is mailing it in. They want to win in Boston. Hey, you could just tell. Just look, we've all played sports. We've all been in competitive atmospheres. You know when you come off the gas. You know what it looks like. You know when you have ulterior motives for, especially in a 7-game series. They knew they want to go get the Game 7. They knew that.
You know damn well, they took care of business 1, 2, and 3. And Game 3 in Dallas. Yeah, I saw that. I was waiting to put that up. It's like, oh,
hey, man. Hey, believe it or not, man, some shit off the court could fuck with you mentally. It'll hinder stuff on the court. And if PJ Washington, because first of all, PJ Washington was foolish enough to have a relationship with a JO. And if you don't know what a JO is, they call it jump offs. And what I mean by that is for the streets. Yeah. Hey, he had a baby with a JO, a jump off, and she's been passed around the NBA league. And I'm not mean that in a demeaning way. No, this is true. I mean, she has several she has other kids from other basketball players. This is true stuff. So I'm not trying to demean a young lady because that's nothing I would do on purpose. I'm just calling it what it is.
Her last name ain't Kardashian, is it?
No, but she got Kardashian-like syndrome. So
she might be a blood-related cousin.
Hey, cousin by marriage, by blood, somewhere, step cousin, something.
Somewhere along the line, she got the Kardashian, note. Oh, you want to make money? Listen.
Hey, man, got that blueprint. Hey, but at the end of the day,
the blueprint and the VHS to show you.
hey, straight up. So all I'm saying is you know,
Kind of like a baseball. You know how it gets fouled off.
Hey,
Another one in here.
Hey, believe it or not, stuff like that can weigh on your mental. So I don't know. I know Rod's, you know, saying that tongue in cheek, and he's being funny, but at the same time, I wouldn't put it past it. You never know, just because. So hey, because there's no way that he fell off that hard from the series before to the finals. And I'm not saying PJ Washington is an elite player. I'm not saying that, but he's in the NBA. You're part of an exclusive club. I'm just saying you needed PJ Washington to step up because there was going to be a fall off from either Luka or Kyrie. There was going to be. Boston was not going to let both of those guys get off and score 30-plus points each game. It wasn't going to happen.
You know, Danwell Missoula was like, don't let him beat us.
Oh.
Let him beat us.
And damn sure don't let both of them beat us at the same time. Yep. So it was either going to be one or the other or none at all. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you saw spurts where Luka got his, and then you saw spurts when Kyrie got his. But you did not see spurts where they were both cooking at the same time, putting up 30-plus points.
This was not there.
No, it wasn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't. And Dallas, so this is when Dallas has to get better in the offseason and finding players and people that can match up against Boston. Okay, you can win the West. You've shown that. But can you beat that team in Boston? Because that's primarily who you might going to see in the finals for the next, 3 or 4 years. Because I don't see another team coming out of the East. I'm not. I'm being serious, bro. Look. I like your Knicks. All right. Look, come on.
I had to do that. Though. I get your point, though.
But come on. Hey, look, outside of Jalen Brunson, I don't know too much what I'm working with. Julius Randle is a wild card. He's either hurt or he just doesn't show up. That's not good.
No, I know. I just had to throw that in there a little bit. But no, I get your point with Boston. They are set.
Yeah,
set for the future. They're gonna be a problem. Absolutely.
I have no faith in Joel Embiid in Philly. I have zero faith in them. No. Matter of fact, I'm willing to concede this, MJ. I have more faith in the Knicks than I do in Philly.
I do too.
I have more faith. Matter of fact, I got more faith in the Knicks than I do Milwaukee. I have more faith in the Knicks than I do Cleveland. I have more faith in the Knicks than I do just about any of those other teams in the East outside of Boston. So Boston's up here at number one. I think obviously they just won number 18, but I'm just talking about Eastern Conference. Yeah. This damn period, I think they're sitting at the throne for the next 3-4 years. Knicks are right under them because I think if you can find a way to fix that personnel just a little bit, tweak it.
Yep.
Just tweak it. Because Jalen Brunson's your guy. Like I said, Julius Randle, too much of a damn wild card. I don't know what I'm getting with him. I can't trust it. RJ Barrett, I know you made the trade from him. I'm still.
RJ Barrett's gone. They brought in OG Anunoby for him.
Oh, was it Anunoby? Okay. That's even better.
He brought in OG Anunoby for
Then he got hurt. And he was actually doing well with the Knicks till he got hurt. So you see, I'm glad you corrected me on that. OG Anunoby. Yeah, so he was doing well, got hurt because that chemistry between him and Jalen Brunson was doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden he couldn't play pretty much down the stretch for the rest of the regular season going into the playoffs, and that kind of changed a little bit. I think you still keep DiVincenzo and you keep Josh Hart. I think you keep them because that whole Villanova connection, you could build off of that. That's what I'm saying. You tweak the Knicks a little bit. Just tweak.
The one thing I've said about the Knicks, like even through the playoffs, they did not have a second scorer behind Brunson that you could really rely on.
Consistent basis.
you had guys who like Josh Hart. There was games that he stepped up and scored, but you didn't have that go-to guy. Like you got Kyrie and Luka. Okay, they both at any given time, they could go off.
Yeah.
Knicks had Brunson, and then who else? You just had guys that were stepping up, like DiVincenzo stepped up, Josh Hart stepped up, OG stepped up, but they don't. Like I said, they don't have that really go-to scorer.
It was supposed to be Julius. Wait, what have we seen from Julius? All right, so he's giving Knicks fans the fool's gold when he first got there. Oh, Julius Randle, man, he's our savior. And then what happened when playoffs come around? He disappears. Then he does the same rotation, looks good in the regular season, and then he starts falling off towards the end of the regular season and disappears in the postseason. And then now you mix in that he's been getting hurt. So you get inconsistent play, and then you get injuries. And so he was supposed to be your number 2. Matter of fact, he was supposed to be your number 1 before you even brought in Jalen Brunson.
Yep. Supposed to be, but he's not, so.
I think you move off of Julius Randle this offseason. I think you do.
I hope they do. They got to move that contract.
You got to hope somebody takes it. I just think you have to move off of Julius Randle, and that's why I'm saying you just got to tweak the Knicks. But other than that, I don't give a damn about the Bucks. I think they're a bunch of hogwash that's just wasted. It's not going to happen. I don't care who they get in there as coach. They can keep old Doc Rivers. They shouldn't have got rid of Adrian Griffin, but that's neither here nor there. I don't believe in their fool's gold. I'm tired of buying into Joel Embiid, and then he turns into the bus driver and proceeds to run over everybody instead of taking the blame for his damn self in Philly. So I'm done with them. Cleveland got too many guards. They're not big enough to or physical enough to go against a Boston. Knicks, like I said, I like them. Nets.
Who?
No. Now, I will say this.
Hey, Nick, I hope you listen. Fuck your Nets.
I will say this. I would keep an eye out on the Magic because they had a turnaround this past year that was very remarkable. Obviously, they've been pretty much a bottom dweller and a talent hoarder down there in Florida for the last 5-10 years. And then they made the playoffs this year and then went to Game 7. So I would keep an eye out on Orlando. I'm not saying they're going to compete for the Eastern Crown, but don't be surprised because they're young and dumb and don't know no better that they'll play with a reckless aggression and knock off a top seed. So I wouldn't be surprised at that next year.
They can make some noise.
Yeah,
I understand. They're going to try to be very active with the free agency. So
why not? All your team for Orlando. Think about Orlando for just a second. Orlando is young, and a lot of their players are on rookie contracts, and you don't have to pay them crazy money yet. So you probably got another maybe 3-4 years before you start talking about max extension for Banchero and maybe Suggs.
Banchero's actually a pretty damn good player, man.
He's rough. For his second year, he looks legit. He looks legit. AP says, I don't know if everybody going to stay. Derek White and Al Horford might be gone. Al Horford might be gone. He finally got the championship.
Al Horford already opted in for next year.
Oh, he opted in? Oh, well, he wants another one.
He's in.
He wants another one. He finally got the first one. Oh, man, this shit feels good. I want another one. I don't care if I'm about to be 40. You can get away with that in basketball. Ask LeBron.
You know what I mean? He's not going to be asking for 30, 35 minutes.
No.
You know.
He just wants another ring.
Yeah, he's going to get you your 15 to 20 minutes, and he's going to give you the good skill that you need. You know? Now, an aging veteran, he still has something to bring to the table.
Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge there. Not only knowledge, he actually had some useful minutes in the finals. That was put to good use. Derek White, I don't think he's going nowhere. Because I don't think there was a lot of people checking for Derek White. The only way he leaves Boston is if he feels that the money is worth more than going after another championship. That's the only way I think Derek White leaves. Because for the most part, he's just another average NBA player that's just, you know, happy to be on the team. But in Boston, he's actually able to be, you know, contribute. But I don't think that's the same role he would have on another team. So I don't think he goes. AP says, "What about OKC after the trade?" I mean, okay, they weren't using Josh Giddey. They really weren't. He was.
Getting Caruso is like an all defensive type player. He's got some offense, but he's really good at defense.
What you need?
Yeah.
Here's what I like about the trade for OKC. You don't need Alex Caruso to be your scorer. That's what you got. Sky Gilgeous-Alexander. That's what you have. Chet Holmgren. That's what you have. Jalen Williams for. You got 3 legitimate scorers. Why not get a perimeter defender? Mm-hmm. I mean, basketball, NBA, especially the NBA, the game's played on the perimeter now. That's where it's at. So that's where you put your defense at. I'm not mad at it.
Oh.
And Josh Giddey was just another forward. They're forward heavy. You know, they got enough forwards. They got enough 4s and 5s on that team. And guys that can play 3, 4, and 5. They good right there. Josh Giddey just, you know, why do you think he wasn't really getting those crazy minutes? He wasn't getting those crazy minutes. He couldn't beat out the rest of those guys in front of him. And they had nothing to do with the little situation he had off the court, because he didn't get suspended. He played all season. He couldn't break the rotation. That was a win for OKC. But then again, they were a number 1 seed this year. I mean, and so I don't think it makes that much of a difference. All it does is help them try to maintain to the number 1 seed. If, you know, maybe get past Minnesota. Maybe you got a better defender on Anthony Edwards. That's probably it. You know, maybe instead of the second round, maybe you get to the conference finals. So I don't think it changes that much of the needle for OKC. It does improve them slightly, but it doesn't. You know, they weren't in a bad spot this year. You know,
it's a good start to the off season for them.
Oh yeah,
he's not a huge pickup, but it's a good move.
But here's what's crazy about Oklahoma: they have so much draft capital, and they have so many draft picks within the first cluster of picks in the draft over the next few years. So like they can literally be one of the youngest teams for the next 4 or 5 years just because they have so much draft capital that's in the draft, and they could easily. Wow, AP. Oh. Hey, Rod, I knew you would say that, but that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Hey, man, that's funny. Hey, that's wild. Oh man, but man, it's been for me, it's been a bad sports week, just because my Royals are sliding. The Celtics get championship number 18. I'm a Lakers fan, and Lakers finally get their coach, and I'm not happy about it. Look, I'm just not excited about the whatever this situation is getting JJ Redick. I'm just not. I just think it's a circus at this point. I really do. Because if they were serious about winning and serious about getting back to Lakers culture, which is being in the championship conversation every year, they would have already started addressing the roster, and they would have gotten a coach. I'm talking about a coach. I'm talking about a coach with history, coach with experience. Totally whiffed on on Dan Hurley, Bobby Hurley's son. I didn't blame him for not taking the job. You know, y'all gave me a little piss poor offer, and you also you want me to leave back national champions for this trash ass roster that don't look like it has championship written all over it. Nah, I'm good. So I'm not mad at Dan Hurley passing up on the job. Why didn't y'all call Mark Jackson?
He's been blackballed for years, man.
Okay, I understand that, MJ, but sometimes you say, you know what,
that man should be on the sideline.
I'm just saying, MJ, hey, look, y'all been blackballing him, cool, but I don't give a damn. I'm putting him on my sideline. I'm putting him on my side of the court and having him coach my team. To look, we can't act like he wasn't the pretty much there at the genesis of creating that culture that Golden State has of winning championships. He saw Clay and Steph before we did of what they could possibly be way before the media or us as fans did. He saw that. And I remember when he made that declaration in the interview, he said these two are going to be something furious in the next coming years. And next thing you know, they got 4 championships. So why not have a guy that can literally put LeBron in his damn place and say, no, you're a player, I'm coach? Because Mark Jackson wouldn't have put up with none of that. I don't personally know Mark Jackson. I just see how he moves and how he talks. And that's all sometimes you need to know about a person. You could tell that he's a 10 toes down kind of guy. And he ain't scared about bucking the system because he was never shy about what his religious beliefs were. And I think that's what got him booted out in Golden State. You know, because once you kind of, once you get past Kansas and start getting closer to that West Coast, you do too much talking about Jesus and God, you know, they kind of look at you a little bit different. And that's not me being like funny. Like this is a lot of people have said this. Even Deion Sanders, Coach Prime has been kind of scrutinized in Colorado, not just because of his brash delivery, but because he's been open about his faith in God and Jesus, and he's been kind of attacked about that. I guess for some reason, the further you get west, the freeness and the liberalness about it, they kind of shun on Jesus or God for some reason. I don't understand it, but whatever. And so I'm pretty sure that's kind of played into Mark Jackson getting blackballed. But who cares? Yeah. If you're talking about, so let me put it this way, and you can relate to this, MJ. It's championship or bust every year in Yankees area, right? Yep. It's the same. It's the same us with us as Lakers. We want championship or bust. So we are on opposite.
Why else play the game if you ain't playing to win?
Yeah.
You know, and I've told people this, like, because I've had arguments, you know, people that aren't Yankee fans, like, oh, you're a Yankee fan, you're used to winning. Little do you know, I saw them in the 80s, early 90s when they sucked. They were terrible. I've seen them win, yes. I said, do I expect them to win every year? No. I know how hard it is. I said, but as a Yankee fan, I expect them to compete for a championship.
Exactly.
The money that you spend on their team, you expect them to put a winning product on the field.
Exactly.
That's what I want. That's all I want.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head, bro.
And give your fans a chance to maybe see something special. Not guaranteeing you will, but at least put the product out there.
Try.
Yeah, that's it. You know, do I expect the Yankees to win a World Series every year? No. Do I want them to? Yes. That's it. So all you can do as a fan is just hope. Can't expect it. You know, you hope for them to win.
But you hit it. But you
got your team that you got the hat on.
Yeah. You know, you hit it right on the head, though. It's put something on the court that's competitive, and make competitive moves. Make sure that you're you know, like you said, when you be blowing all this money, give me competent content. Give me competent organization thought process. Give me competent coaching. Give me competent players. Give me competent everything. When I go to the stadium, I want a competent ticket puncher. I want a competent food vendor. I want a competent everything. It matters because it matters to us. It does. Because when I go out there and bust my ass for not only help putting a roof over my kids' head and food on their table, and I spend money on jerseys, tickets, and go see you, I want my money's worth. Don't give me no piss poor product. Don't give me piss poor product. So I'm not a fan of this JJ Redick hiring, only because it's like there's guys out there that have coached in the league, and you got to be patient, Lakers organization. Y'all go through these damn coaches like basketball players and IG models. Y'all just be running through them, man. Like, damn. But if you're gonna hire one, like give me somebody like a Mark Jackson that's gonna actually be a competent coach because he's done it. He may not have won, but damn it, the way in the direction that he had the Warriors going, he was gonna win one. As soon as he gets fired and let go, Steve Kerr swoops in and gets a championship the year. Come on. Mark Jackson had the Warriors in the right direction. And in the knowledge that he has, I would have loved to at least, come on, man. You whipped on Hurley, fine. But now we go into the podcast partner of LeBron James. Y'all have fun with that dynamic. I don't know how much Lakers basketball I'll be watching next year because this shit just sounds like circus.
Okay, so here's a quote. This is what Michael K said. Coach K. He says, "I don't say anything to the haters because what they say doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Mm-hmm. Right. Any organization would hire a head coach for glamorous reasons is ridiculous. If we worry about what other people say, we'd go nuts. We should only worry internally as competitors, as he always worried about himself. Look at the places he's gone as a result. I have no doubt this will be no different." So take that for what it is. That came from Coach K.
I mean, Coach K got some points, but at the same time, like Coach K, before you became a coach, you've had experience on an assistant, or you've been on the you learned on the Bob Knight for a period of time. Like, this guy coming from a podcast and being on ESPN commentating.
Yeah, Coach K also says, make no mistake about it, he can coach. He wants to win so badly, but he backs it up.
Wait, hold on, MJ. Hold on. I don't mean to stop you. What do you mean he can coach? What history of anything that JJ Redick has done tells us he can coach? What history?
Oh, didn't you see his podcast?
Fuck that podcast.
I haven't either. I was just saying that to joke.
MJ, that's like hiring you and me as a coach. Just because we play basketball, I'm qualified as a coach. I got no history at all of showing. I don't see no damn coaching in a middle school. I don't see no damn history of coaching in a high school. I don't see no damn coaching at a JUCO. I don't see no damn history coaching on NC 2A, 3A, 4A, 1A. Don't give a damn, whatever A it is. What history does JJ Redick have that he can coach? Now, Coach K, I respect you, but what history about JJ Redick says he can coach? Just because he's passionate? Motherfucker, I'm passionate right now. I guess I can coach.
You got my man fired up. Woo!
The hell are we talking about?
And one of the last things he said was, JJ's prepared as well as anybody that I ever coached. Okay, so JJ might have his like a good work ethic, and he might know the ins and outs of basketball. That doesn't mean that he could actually coach basketball. And for the team that he's taken over, nonetheless, and who's over there. Because you and I both know he's not going to be coaching primarily him.
I love you, Coach K, but this don't say no stupid shit like that. You are too smart and too respected in this basketball world to say any such idiocy like that. I'm sorry, Coach K. I can't believe you said those shits. You know damn well that if you ain't got no history of coaching and dealing with egos, that's the biggest part. Coaching and dealing with egos are two totally different things. And guess what? When you're an NBA coach, you got to be able to do both of them. You got to manage them egos because they're going to make more money than you. They're going to pull up in Rolls Royces while you pull up in your Toyota, and they're going to have an ego. And then you got to be able to actually get them to buy in to your coaching philosophy. What history, again, has J.J. Redick shown that he can do any of the sort? I'm sorry. This is a circus hire. This is going to be a bullshit hire. It won't work.
Yeah, he going to be out the door quick.
It won't work. It won't work. This is going to be just calamity. This is just going to be a shit show. I'm, ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all Monday because this shit's ridiculous. I am just absolutely just furious with this situation. And now that Coach K has said some of the most idiotic shit, my blood's boiling right now. Hey, man, look, go on over to I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, most importantly, the YouTube channel. Again, I.O.W Sports Network, everything's on the bottom of your screen. Tap in with my brother, Jersey Boy MJ, the TBI Warrior himself. Go ahead, tap in with it. His Twitter page, Instagram at Jersey Boy MJ. I'm Wildcard Mar. It's Jersey Boy MJ. Hey, man, we'll see y'all Monday, man. Peace and love. Peace and love. We out here.